I will be doing a quick tank review for the German Tier 7 light tank, the Spahpanzer SP1C. This vehicle, for the most part, it is a very good Tier 7 light tank if you know how to play the vehicle. This vehicle, it's good and it's bad. For the most part, it is pretty good once you have gotten used to the vehicle. Let's get into the stats now. The vehicle, when it is fully upgraded, you will have 880 hit points. That is a decent amount of hit points. You can take a couple of hits before you are killed when you are top tier in a tier 7 to a tier 8 match. Watch out for any vehicle that fire HE at you. Due to your paper-thin armor, all of the HE rounds, when they hit you, most of the time they will do their full amount of damage to you. This vehicle, it can weigh potentially up to 11 tons. My vehicle setup, it is about 9.8 tons. With the engine, the 195 horsepower engine with a 20% chance of engine fire. Watch out for that. The 195 horsepower engine gives this about 10 ton tank a very good horsepower to ton ratio. You can easily reach the top speed of 50 kilometers when you are on a flat terrain or going downhill. My horsepower to ton ratio, it is about 19.9 horsepower to 1 ton, which makes it a pretty good horsepower to 2 ton light tank. The vehicle hull and turret traverse, it is quite good, 44 degrees. So the vehicle hull and turret can turn around quickly enough. The vehicle armor, it is paper thin. I find that the crew and the modules can be easily knocked out when a enemy shell hit this tank. Hull armor, it is 10 in the front, side 10, rear 10. Turret armor, it is 15 in the front, side 10, rear 10. Pretty much every single gun will pen and do a lot of damage to you. Even a tier 1 or a tier 2 gun can pen this tank. Now to the gun. The gun on the tank, it is pretty good. The gun itself, you can do a good amount of damage with the 90mm autoloader here. This clip gun, it holds 3 rounds. The time delay between each of them, it is 3 seconds, so watch out for that. If you do not have a 100% crew with equipment, your loading time will be about 20 seconds. With the equipment and the crew I gotten it down to 17 seconds. The gun here have the second best armor piercing pen at tier 7 for a light tank. The damage, it is quite good. On average, you will do about 240 damage. With the gun here, if you have all the high rolls, you can potentially do 900 damage with this gun if all of the rounds penetrate and hit. On average, I find 2 out of the 3 rounds penetrate the enemy tank. The vehicle accuracy, it is decent enough. It is 0.38. So you can sort of play as a medium to a long distance sniper if you must. The aiming time, it is decent enough, 2.4. The vehicle view range with the top turret, it is 400 meters, which is pretty good. With the coded optics and the crew added in, my view range, it is about 450 meters. Now to the radio. You have a very good radio. You have a 750 meter signal range. Let's cover the equipment that you are going to be researching on this tank. The vehicle research, it is a straightforward grind. For the most part, the only equipment that is transferable from vehicle to vehicle, it is the radio. This vehicle, I was going through the Alpha Clearance Panzer and had the vehicle fully researched at the time, so I had all of the equipment researched already. Tracks, you will have to get the top pair of tracks to mount all of the equipment. The top pair of tracks will let you have a better hull traverse from 40 to 44. Engines, the first two engines, they are pretty bad. All of the engines have a 20% chance of engine fire. The 154 horsepower engine, it is not that good. The second one, you will get a extra 10 horsepower, which is not much of a improvement. The top engine here, the 195 horsepower engine, this engine will give you the best horsepower to ton ratio, so you can get across the map quickly enough. The radios, as I mentioned before, they are used on very few tanks only within the German lineup. The top radio here, you have to research it if you are going to be using it. This radio, it is used on the Leopard prototype A only. So if you have the radio research, then you are going to have the best radio on that tank already. The turrets. The only difference between these two turrets is the view range from 370 to 400 meters. The top turret, you will also need to research it and mount it if you want to mount one of the two top guns. The first gun you have, it is pretty good. You have a decent rate of fire with a good pen and damage output. The accuracy, it is decent enough. Also the aiming time as well. Both of these two top guns, when you do get them, it is up to personal preference which one you want to use. Through trial and error, I find with say 100% crew and the proper equipment mounted, you can have about the same rate of fire. With equipment and a fully trained crew, your rate of fire will be about 9 rounds per a minute. With a brother in arms, it will be closer to 9 rounds per a minute or more. The pen for both of these guns are the same. 180 for AP, premium it is 250. So you can pen most tanks in the game if you know where you are shooting at. Damage output, it is the same. Accuracy for this non-autoloader variant, it is slightly better, 0.36. The aiming time, it is better, 2.2 seconds. The autoloader, you will have 3 rounds in the clip. The loading time between each shell when they're fired, it is 3 seconds. The loading time without the equipment added onto it will be 20 seconds. But if you have a 100% crew and equipment, you can get it around 17 seconds. Pen damage the same, the accuracy it is slightly worse, 0.38, and the loading time it is slightly longer. The aiming time it is 2.4 seconds. It is up to you which gun you actually want to use. Both of these guns are good. I generally find I have more success with the autoloader gun here once you have gotten used to the loading time of the gun. To get to the RU 251, you will have to get about 93k research points and about 2.5 million credits. Let's cover the pros and cons now of the tank. The pros and cons for the SP1C. As a tier 7 light tank, you will be getting scout matchmaking, which would be up to tier 10 maximum. How do you use the SP1C? You can play it as a run and gun tank, as a support tank, as a flanking tank, as a active or as a passive, or even as a active scout as well. Determine how you have the vehicle set up as. What is good about the SP1C? The vehicle pen, it is quite good. So you can pen most vehicles at tier 8, 9, and 10 if you know where you are shooting at. The gun depression, it is quite good all around. Negative 10 degrees all around, and the gun depression, it is 15 degrees up. As a light tank, you will maintain your camo rating while on the move as well, even if the SP1C it is pretty big for a light tank. Now to the cons of the tank. HE rounds will hit and do their full amount of damage to you most of the time. The crew and the modules can be damaged easily enough. The armor, it is paper thin, so you will not be able to ricochet rounds with the tank armor. Let's cover the equipment, consumables, and ammo layout that you are going to be using while driving this tank. Let's begin off with the consumables. Having a repair kit and a first aid kit, it is a must because the crew and the modules can be damaged easily enough. Having a fire extinguisher would be a good idea as well. If you do not want to use a fire extinguisher, the other two consumables, if you can afford them, would be octane fuel to increase the engine speed and also improve the vehicle traverse as well. And having chocolates being used as well would be a good idea as well. This vehicle carries a good amount of ammo, 39 rounds. Most of the ammo I use, it is and armor piercing. I would carry some HE just in case. Armor piercing rounds for most of the vehicles that you are going to come across. You can pen most vehicles up to tier 10 if you hit a weak part of the vehicle. I would only save heat if you are going up against a heavily armored vehicle from tier 8 to tier 10 and want to make sure the round is going to penetrate. Heat will cost you, if you are going to be using the premium ammo, will be 4,000 credits or 10 gold. For a single clip of heat, it will cost you 12,000 credits or 10 gold. So firing heat a lot of the time can be quite pricey. HE, I would carry a few on me just in case if I am going to be shooting at a thinly armored target or just want to reset cap. The equipment that I have mounted. Vents to improve the crew and the tank performance as well. This vehicle, as you have a auto loader variant of the gun and a single shot, you can mount a gun rammer, which will reduce the loading time by 10%, from bring it from 20 down to 17 seconds. To enhance my my view range, I went with coated optics, which it actually maxed out the maximum view range of 450 meters. The other equipment that you can use if you want to would be the enhanced gun lane drive, the binocular telescope if you want to. If you are using the first turret still, when you use the binocular telescope, you will have about 450 meter view range. If you want to improve the torsion bar even better for the tank, get the enhanced torsion bar. This will increase the vehicle load capacity, make the vehicle a little bit more durable when you are going off hills, and you will be reducing your hull damage from direct impacts by 50%. Having a camo net onto this vehicle as well will make it even more stealthier. I have some replays to show you how you can use the SP1C quite well. Let's get to them now. This replay, I am in a tier 8 match maximum to show you how you can play the SP1C quite aggressively and do well in the vehicle. Pay attention to how I use my SP1C. The loading time, it is not that bad if you have the vehicles set up right. The loading time for my clip here, it would be about 18 seconds-ish. I am approaching this corner very carefully, knowing that there will be vehicles here that can pen me. One shot for the Hellcat, another one for the Hellcat, and one more to seal the deal. There, I timed my shots. I did take some hits though. I fell back to do a reload while waiting for the rest of the team to move up. I am peeking out a bit to see what I can shoot at without being at the receiving end. Here, I support the VK against the FE201. I am doing a flanking and one-end gun tactic here. I got into the VO inside, so the FE can finish him off. Right now, me and the DK, we are going to the base area. I am being careful as we advance, seeing that most of their forces are around the base area or on the bottom right side of the map. The line here, I am timing my shots so I can kill it quickly. One shot for the Lorraine, 2 shots to finish it off. And the finishing blow to the Spahpanzer 4. I am poking out to see what I can shoot at. What I am doing here, it's a good idea to use in the SP1C. I am showing the rear end of the vehicle only and poking out at the corner. If I have to retreat quickly enough, I can just move forward to behind this hill, or it would be city wall in a city building, side, rear, etc. That 30, I tried shooting at the weak parts, but had problem pinning it. I finished the clip off and switched to heat to penetrate the Ferdinand. I am a one shot for all of the vehicles now. One shot for the 30, 2 for the 30, and the 3rd for the 30. And he's on low health now. Oh, wow. That one shot didn't do a lot of damage. It was probably from the M4 Sherman, most likely. Where that 30? Me and the 30 are both one shots now. And the first to kill the 30. I am poking out here, being very careful as I do so. Seeing the AMX there, I tried to peek over the hill to see if I can shoot at it. Unfortunately, I cannot. That M4 there, I am leading my shots to finish it off. I am doing quite well. I have 5 kills, 2,800 damage, and I almost have a top gun. This is where I made a mistake, as you will see why. Thinking I could kill the heavy tank number 6, get the kill with the help of the VK, I thought I went on the aggressive side here and moved forward. Thinking that thinking at this time the heavy tank number 6 would be aiming at the VK, I could take advantage of this and finish the tank off. Unfortunately, this tank was aiming at me when I was coming over the ridge line. I did pretty good in this replay. I gotten 5 kills and about 2,800 damage. Let's go to the next replay now. This replay, I am in a tier 8 match with our platoon mate, Arkham Razor. Let me speed the replay up a bit. I'm heading to the G78 hill area early on to do some passive spotting for my team. I am using the bushes here as camouflage. That T-32. I rushed the first shot, the second one hit it. I retreated backwards to do a force reload. What is going to happen next is a bit foolish, but it pays off, as you will see why I did this. I made sure that the area was clear first before I went down here. That T-44, I thought I had a chance to shoot at it, but no. Coming around the ridge, coming around the hill here, I am doing some run and gun tactics. 1 for the low, 2 for the low, and 1 for T-32. And I got an ammo rack by the FV201, I think. This vehicle, the ammo rack can be damaged quite easily, which most autoloaders ammo rack can be damaged easily as well. The loading time for the vehicle with a damaged ammo rack with the setup I have, it is about 32 seconds. Without the equipment and the 100% crew, it would have been about 40 seconds. With the damaged crew member, with the injured crew member, and the ammo rack, it would be potentially up to a minute long. I stayed behind the building here while finishing loading the clip, and I repaired the repair the ammo rack right away. At this time, I thought I could flank the vehicles in the area, but seeing I cannot, I went to another front. Fortunately, I dodged some of the shells that were coming my way. I am using the terrain to cover my advance. This part ahead here, I'm going to show you how good the gun depression is when it comes to hill fighting. I am still looking out for that comment. Just in case if I was seen, I went behind the rock there to hide myself. That KV-13, I peek over the ridge line as much as possible to have a shot at it. I fall back with the 3-second delay time between shots. While loading, I got into cover, making the KV-13 come over to the hill, knowing that the KV-13 have a decent gun depression at the most. That time, I fired a clip into it. Most of the time, I find 2 out of the 3 rounds in the clip actually hit and penetrate the tank. The third, it is 50-50 at times. I fully aim to make sure the comment is killed. That WZ, no I am here, hit me before I retreated backwards. Now I am a one-shot for all of the vehicles now. With the WZ there taken out, I waited behind this hill for the T69 support. Me and the T69, we are doing a circle of death to the further. This is where my usefulness to the team comes to an end. In this match, I did about 2,700 damage with 2 kills. With the assist damage added on top, I did about 1,500 assist damage as well. Through all of the lighting up I did. Let's go to the garage and do a brief recap now. Let's do a brief recap on the SP1C. This tank itself, it can be a fun tank to use if you know how to use it right. The autoloader and the single shotgun are both good guns to use once you have gotten used to the gun strengths and weaknesses. This tank can fill many roles within a match if it have to, if you have the vehicle set up right. The armor piercing and heat pen, it is quite good. So you can pan most vehicles from tier 7 up to tier 8 with ease if you know where the weak part of the enemy tank is. This tank overall, It is a average tank. It is not that good nor bad. I hope that you learn a thing or two about the SP1C and how to use it right. If you like this video, follow my channel, and if you want to, leave a comment as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone.